Give me some gas.
You think that's all it'll take? Now the float's leaking. Stop. That sounds like a fire. Okay guys, so we're pulling into Dubuque, Iowa. I just bought a huge load, 2 barns full of antique motorcycles. I got about half of them back to the museum, and we're back to fill this trailer up a second time. So if I remember right, we got about 5 or 6 motorcycles, sidecar, bunch of parts, and what we're gonna try to do today is see if we can get 1 or 2 of these bikes running and back on the road. And as an added bonus, we're about an hour away from the big antique motorcycle swap in Davenport, Iowa. We're gonna make a stop off here in just a little bit and see if we can make this trip that much better. Nice to see you. Everything going good?
Going good.
All right. You guys dig anything else up? You find any old car parts and any more old car parts in there? Model A stuff? I see your trunks over there. Oh man,
there's your frames.
Frames.
You got that.
Windshields, the FLH. There's that one, and then there was the 2 downstairs, right? Yeah, we brought 3 bikes up. I know, that's what. We unloaded them at the swap meet, and I told these guys, if we get so full, one of us is just gonna have to ride home or sell our bike. And we ain't selling our bikes, so I guess.
I just figured you can just drag the stuff down there and, you know, sell it for a little more what you got it here for. And
I don't know that I would want to do that. I think I would just.
You got to get them running first. And
I like getting stuff running, and I just don't. I'm an addict. You know?
No, I love that. But,
I guess we probably ought to get loaded before it gets 90. Yeah, I'm glad we're not crawling around in the attic today.
Yeah, that was...
So, you know what? Now that I think about it, let me pull this thing forward, just like we did last time. All right, so there's more here than I remembered. And I'm just now realizing that we're not gonna have enough space in the trailer to get everything home. We brought mine, Chris's, and Steve's knuckleheads and flatheads, and those are not staying in Davenport or finding new homes. So I guess what we're gonna try and do, maybe we can get one of these Sportsters fired up and running, 1 or 2 of them, sell them at the swap meet. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah. A little bit of a hole, we might want to stick something. Ready?
Yep. Nice old FLH wheel, little bend to it, but that's all right. These are old Model A tires, those are. Yeah. Display purposes.
Wait, is that a white wall?
That's a white wall, don't tell anybody. What about that old JD wheel?
How much?
What's that? Whatever, what do you think?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know, I'd add $100 to what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks. I bet this guy would run. It's got our favorite Bendix carburetor.
Give me some gas.
You think that's all it'll take?
Probably.
Maybe. All right. So we got. Let's roll the 2 from the basement up. We'll load them other ones in and see what we're looking like.
Yeah, I think
those are for the airplane, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Check this out, y'all. Check this airplane out. I want to see that thing again. Nuts. Dang, it feels good down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not skinned yet, but there it is. I want to hear about you guys flying that thing next year.
No.
Put it in a new garage and skin it up and.
Yeah. That's close you're gonna get is what you see right there.
All right, let's roll these suckers around. We're professionals when it comes to stacking a full trailer.
This ain't too bad.
Nah, it ain't bad. You're doing great.
You guys. You gotta move your feet though.
It's gonna be tight. Am I gonna have room for my BW? You know that thing ain't staying at the swap meet. Looks like one of us will be riding home so my mini bike can have a spot in the trailer.
Oh, it's just so much. Unbelievable.
places we went to, places we've been, people we meet. It's amazing. Everybody's just so, hey, love to see you here, love to see it run, and we're just ran out of time.
Just gonna let you know, we did not break this when we tried to put it in because it's already broke.
Yeah. No sweat, I'm good at breaking those.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
I told you now. It's already broke.
It's gonna do it. Yeah.
So this is my old bike. This is my old bike from years ago. Yeah, I bought an Anamosa swap meet.
Anamosa?
Anamosa.
Cool, man.
Yeah, with John and Jill, we're from the Anamosa Museum or whatever, and that, so
Yeah, you said your dad knew them pretty well?
knew him real well.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he helped him get started down there.
Really? Wow.
John was pretty nice. His wife was very, very nice people.
Yeah, they sure are.
Hey, Matt, you guys use any 4-ways down there?
Yeah. We'll use them, sure, man.
We got a ton of them around. It just
Hard to say no to tools, man.
true that.
Wow. Ready? I'm pushing.
You guys want?
Yeah. Nose to the right there when we get her in. Beautiful. All right. Slide that out of the way. Kickstand down. Yep. Shimmy and get it away there. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sure is, man. It feels light and nimble, doesn't it? Yeah. Feels really light and nimble. Might be in the bottom end.
The bottom end.
Yeah. There's a little bit in there. There's a little bit in there.
Come out of it.
You gonna put your finger on the plug? I mean, I can. You got great compression. Do it. Come on. Do we have a 13/16 wrench? Do you have one?
Yeah, yes.
All right, let's check.
All right, plugs up. See the top.
No spark yet.
Yeah, sand the points.
No spark yet. But it sure ain't rocket science. It's not rocket surgery. Awesome, guys.
You go
I
check
gotta
out.
get you paid. I'm kind of game to ride home, but I'd rather just drive. Goal number one, let's see if we can get something sold. We're on our way to the Chief Blackhawk Antique Motorcycle Swap Meet in Davenport, Iowa. This is one of the largest antique bike gatherings in the world. Thousands of people come from all over the world to buy their antique bike wares at the Davenport Swap. This might be one of the best places to unload some of these bikes. At a swap like Davenport, you never know what you might uncover. All right, swap meet morning. Start with a cold brew of unbranded. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That sounds like motorcycle parts. And I'm wondering if Mike bought that Dixie Motorcycle Club sign, because that's the only one over there that I'd have liked. So,
You want that?
$1,500.
What's on it?
18.
All right, you want me to tell you what? Do that.
Yeah, neat. I love it. Little hand-painted sign. It's old. It's not a factory-produced thing or anything, but
I hear rumblings about trophies. You better get over there
God, I
before.
love trophies. Southern California 5-mile 2-cylinder motorcycle race. Won by G.H. Blaylock on a Thor, 1908. What's this one? You got a price on that?
Which one is this one? Oh, this is the Thor. This is the Thor twin.
Yeah.
I think it says somewhere on there. This is 1908 Thor twin.
I don't want to sell it. I don't. This is the one of the coolest ones. But I'll sell it to you.
Good enough. Of this
Man, I love that trophy.
Man, that's a nice trophy. It's weighty. All right.
Give me a little bit of my dime.
It turns out that G.H. Blaylock was an active amateur racer riding a Thor motorcycle in the early part of the 20th century. He set several speed records during his racing career, including one at the event that this trophy is from, a 5-mile twin-cylinder Southern California Motorcycle Championship. This is going to be a great addition to Wheels Through Time.
How much for this one?
Yeah, so that...
250.
Let me think.
Okay.
All right. Do 150 on it?
150.
Yeah.
Well, I think 200 is fair.
200?
Yeah.
175?
200.
All right, I'll do it. Here we go. 1914 annual hill climb.
You put your little baby in there. Put it in there.
It's not the size of the trophy that counts. It's the.
After doing a little research, I found out that O.R. Lancaster was a local racing hero in the Atlanta, Georgia area during the teens. This trophy is from his victory at the Atlanta Hill Climb in May 1914, where he won the single-cylinder class on a Pope motorcycle with a time of 1 minute, 1 second. He also set a record for the stock twin-cylinder machines on that same day.
But the real triumph of the day is Chris bought something. We can go home.
What's that? Hey, wait a second. Your dad would have never said that. I was gonna say we're only here 3 hours.
Well, you're gonna loan me 10 or 15 grand or not?
I can do that if you need.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, if
All right,
you need it.
we're staying. This is called building credit. Can you loan me 10 grand?
I mean, I gotta go to the bank and get it. I don't know.
We can stay.
You sure you don't want to sell for 4?
What's that?
4 grand?
This?
Yeah.
I'm stepping tall at 4 grand.
I think you are.
You're stepping tall at 4 grand, no doubt about it. But
Matt's thinking. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Hey,
I'm kind
there's
of
nothing
silly
wrong with it.
not taking
There's nothing
4
wrong
grand.
with it. I know there's nothing wrong with profit, is there?
No, there sure isn't, man. That makes a lot of sense. And if there was more around here to buy,
There's what? You're in the hole right here. You're in the hole. Hey, I don't have a problem getting the money to you.
let me think about it. Look at that paint cracking.
Yeah. I think the other side looks
The other side's better.
even better.
Yeah,
It's
right.
got the shadow.
Yeah. What do I do? What do I do?
What should future Matt do?
Future Matt knows that when all of your ceramic and glass cups break, at least we'll have a vessel
That's right.
to drink from.
Look at this, Matt.
Oh yeah. Say it with flowers. Yeah, say it with flowers. It's beautiful, man. 4-cylinder traffic car.
Did they actually make that?
No,
I didn't think so.
no. Rubber tires.
I think
Yeah,
so.
they're rubber. Yeah, rubber tires.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's nice.
Incredible, man. Incredible. That's neat. What do you get on that?
125.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You're gonna talk yourself down. This is close.
Quick, I'll take
Yeah.
it. Hold on. I already let Matt marinate. Here, Matt.
Don't.
Here.
Let me think about it.
There's nothing to think about. I mean, there's profit is not a bad word. You can buy something else you like.
You know what? I got these Forsters that you need in my trailer. Sell them. I'll sell them to you
Or
cheap.
what are they, 1970s?
69.
Take that and I'll get the other $1,000.
No, not right now.
Huh?
Not right now. Let me stew on it for a day. Let me let you talk yourself out of it.
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
talk myself out of it. I'm not talking myself out of it.
Let me let you talk yourself out of it. You'll be on to the
won't
next
talk
thing in no
myself out
time.
of
Are those older or are those reprints?
Repops.
Repops, yeah.
Yeah, that was real.
Oh, so this goes on your rear bumper. They call it a cabbage cutter because it looks like a cabbage cutter.
I'm realizing this is one of the earliest twin-cylinder racing trophies. It's got to be. Twins, 1900. Indian's first twin was 1907. Hardly didn't even make a twin at this point. You know, you got Thor, you got like maybe Redding Standard, Indian, you know, maybe Curtis. You know, how many brands are there even that could have even competed in this race? It's got to be one of the earliest twin-cylinder motorcycle trophies, period. The Davenport swap never disappoints. We saw some incredible bikes, got to catch up with some great friends, and bought some awesome memorabilia for display inside Wheels Through Time. After seeing the amount of antique motorcycle history on the field, there was no way I was going to unload these bikes and try to sell them. We decided to spend the rest of the weekend picking and take a shot at getting these Sportsters running when we get back home. All right, so as you guys saw, we checked spark, checked compression, got compression, don't have spark. So all it takes is compression, spark, and fuel. So we're gonna get to the shop and see if we can make it go. Yep, good deal. Okay. All right, so what are we looking at here? Pretty nice bike. 69 CH. Sheet metal looks pretty good. Terrible paint job right out of the 80s.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
You know, we could do better. If we have time, we may end up repainting this thing. But check spark over at the Hogan's place. Didn't have any spark. All in all, it looks like a pretty nice bike. You know, the first thing I always like to look at is what's right with a bike instead of what's wrong with a bike. And overall, the chassis looks really nice. Really cool CH fork up there with the XLCH over the lower tree cover there. Right front brake. Beautiful front fender. All this stuff in the back looks right. Funky, silly little P-pad that it's on there. I don't know that we're going to take it off. You know, needs a seat tee. All the dash stuff looks pretty nice up there.
Only 5,000 on the
5,000 miles?
Yeah.
Well, that's promising. So I guess let's go ahead and jump right in. And as you guys know, compression, spark, fuel is what we need to run this thing. Apparently, it hasn't run in 25 or 30 years. So Chad's brother was a teenager the last time they fired this thing up and rode it. So we're looking at easy, you know, probably 25 30 years. Yeah. What's the inside of this gas tank look like here? Ah, not bad. Yeah. That's not bad inside of the gas tank. Steve, come check this out. Just check it out. Like, yeah, not bad. A little stinky, but it's not terrible.
Definitely, oh yeah.
So
what kind of carb?
Another Bendix, which after dealing with the last one, I'm okay with the Bendix.
Fresh on the mind.
Yeah, that's fresh on the mind. So the old Fairbanks mag, little corrosion on the outside. It's the inside that counts. It's right rear brake, funky drag pipes, and if I have the right exhaust for this, then maybe we swap it. Really nice oil tank.
This guy obviously liked drag pipes.
Yeah, I know. Super Glide had drag pipes. Oil tank is clean. There's no oil in it, just a little bit at the bottom. No dirt, no grime, no rust. Doesn't look like any metal shavings. So yeah, let's jump right in. First thing I'm gonna do, let's pull the carb off because we know we're gonna do a carb rebuild. We'll drain the lower end of the engine. Pull the spark plugs before we go kicking this thing over a bunch. Let's lube the cylinders inside. It's been sitting a while. Yeah, we'll pull the carb off, and while we got that carb soaking in the ultrasonic cleaner, we'll get at the mag and try and get some spark. Okay. So pull this throttle cable out. And you know what? We'll go ahead and take the horn off just to keep it out of the way.
So you're pretty much an expert at this point with how many Sportsters we've been doing.
I am not a Sportster expert, but very cool bike with family history. That's the thing, you know, here at the museum, it's very much about the story of the motorcycle and the Hogan's motorcycle family through and through. Their dad collected bikes for decades, found this one for his son. He rode it a lot. Now, he entrusted it to us to get fired up and back going again. I'm gonna need a swivel for that. Get in there. Where are we at? You know, it's like at this point, what's it gonna just be easier to take the gas tank off? Let's pull the tank. Get to that carburetor. We're probably gonna need intake seals anyway. Okay. What's going on? Are those spacers for the inside? Yep. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of spacers. Okay.
Okay.
So, let's move this over here. We'll do a rinse on that when the time's right. Okay, now here we go. This will be a little easier. So pull that air cleaner off too, Chris, if you would. I may as well get it while we're at it. It's a 7/16 on the back side.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That came right out. The carb will pop right off. But hand me that screwdriver if you would, and we'll pop the choke plate loose. There we go. Okay, that'll sucker will come right off. Got it. Nice. What's it look like inside? Can you
It's
tell?
actually pretty clean.
It's not all grimed up on the throttle plate. Accelerator pump's definitely shot, no doubt about that. Let's pull this guy off. Yikes.
Yeah, definitely need a new fuel line.
We need a new fuel line. So let's check this float out. What about the inside of that manifold there? Can you see much?
It's pretty clean.
Clean?
Yeah.
See the valves?
Yep, and they look good.
Yeah?
Yeah, let me see.
Are any of them open? Ooh, there's our fire hazard right there.
Oh,
Yikes. Okay.
you wonder why at any point in time people thought that foam would be a great. I mean, I understand the concept of like it's going to let the air pass through and all that, but it's like it's just a dangerous thing when it comes to fire.
Flammable substance and put it by the carburetor. All right.
It looks like the rear one's just getting ready to start opening.
Okay.
You know.
Sure. You know, looking at the gas tank with no gas in it, it seems like, and after cutting that fuel line, it seems like there was probably not fuel left in the carburetor, which is
like
good.
They ran it out before they put it up.
Seems like they ran it out before they put it up. This is indeed a different Bendix than the other one. Oh no, it's got a 72B on it. 72, so this is a later carburetor than the bike is. Oh, thank God it's not a dang DC Linkert, because the DC Linkerts with that silly side bowl stuff had one or two catch on fire. Some of you guys might have even also.
Now what, on the XLCH, what's the CH stand for? Is
Yeah,
that
so
specify anything
okay,
specific?
so in 57 they come out with the Sportster. It's the Model XL, which is basically that K model unit construction lower end with a flathead top end. In 57 they go to the XL, stick overhead valves on it. Over the years they have different models of the Model XL, or different variations. They've got the XL, the XLH. The XLCH was the hot rod, it was the hop up. So mag ignition, didn't need the battery to start. This one doesn't even have a battery, had a capacitor to run the lights and all of that.
Okay.
But it was a street model. So the funny thing is, there's like a letter designation. Of the letter designations, all the letters mean something. The origin of those letters is always kind of debated. So the CH, a lot of people call it the competition hot. We know it's not a competition bike. It's got headlights, taillights. The XLR was the competition bike during that era, but the CH was the street hop up. Now, that's not to say XLCHs weren't used in competition all the time. I mean, for the guys that couldn't get those ultra rare racing bikes, you make your racing bike. So
the next best choice.
Can't tell you how many would have been drag raced, TT raced, you name it. So probably hotter cams, mag ignition, they're all high compression. The Sportster was the hot rod. I mean, it's it's kind of the small bike now, but back in that period, the Sportster was definitely a big deviation from the FLH. You know, this period you're starting to get into that. You know, Harley Davidson's a big pig of a bike. You know, think about the big shovel heads, as nice as they are from the 70s.
They were big bikes.
You know, this was the sporty motorcycle, hence the name. Okay, what do we got? Needle and seat, rubber or steel tip needle? Rubber tip needle, so that's gonna change. All in all though, this carb looks really clean. It's dried out, the gaskets are all toast, but it seems really clean. No lacquered fuel inside. Okay, what do we got? It's too bad Ken's not here. Ken's a Bendix Pro. All right, it's all coming apart just like it's supposed to. All right, so we should have enough of a, you know, with what we used from the last rebuild kit, I would imagine we could use all of those parts. There we go, nice throttle plate.
Now, did those have, does the Venturi come out in those, or does it?
No, this is all built in. Actually, no, it does look like it comes out. Kind of seems like it would, but let's not if we don't have to. The plug wires, all that stuff just stayed right there at the...
Yeah, and I've got the plugs out. The cylinders have been coiled.
Cool. Okay. There we go. Simple, simple, simple. Let's take the jet. Okay, we got one jet. 2, all the other stuff, we may as well. Ultrasonic. This guy here, looks like it probably is gonna be fine. Chris, let's get a cup of gas too.
Okay.
And see if this floats.
Okay.
Just to make sure there's no holes in it. If it doesn't, I'm sure I probably have something else. Okay, so there's our carb stuff. All this set up over here. There you go. Onto the Magneto.
Yeah, it floats. Well, I held it down for a couple minutes just to see. I don't see any air bubbles and.
Good, good. Now we get to get in and see what's up with making this thing fire. Magneto's got a crack in the cap.
I'm gonna go ahead and drain the lower end.
Kind of looks like it's been fixed. Yeah, please do. So this one's set up with fixed timing. It doesn't appear that this is going to actuate back and forth like some of the early stuff. Oh, that looks pretty new. Kind of looks like some parts have been replaced over the years, so maybe we'll get lucky and just have to sand the points. Let's disconnect the kill switch. Can't tell you how many. Oh no, looky there. He had a toggle switch. I bet you this sucker will spark right now. Whoa. Okay, well, points gap looks about right. Let's go ahead and get a feeler gauge just in case. 19 thousandths. Shoo. Man, that's a perfect points gap. This mag's gonna fire, guarantee it. I can't believe, he didn't remember about a switch either. Everything looks really nice. Holy moly, come on now. How nice would this be? Expedite the process. I bet you there's a dang gallon of oil in the lower end.
Yeah,
though.
I got you a plug back in here. So
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? That's wild, man, because pretty simple Magneto, you know, and what's really nice is as comparison to the old Bosches where, like, you know, most of the stuff we work on, guys, here at the museum will have the early stuff, you know, they use these Bosch Magnetos into the 20s, even into the late 30s with a variation of this, and pretty complicated, really. The first thing that happens, this is your magnet. The first thing that happens inside of an old Bosch ZEV Magneto or a ZE style mag, armature spins, you've got your condenser and your coil all wrapped inside of all that main armature there. So when one of these things has to come apart, it's got to come completely apart. On top of that, the points actually rotate. So you get to a point there and you can see the interrupter here, these lobes here is what breaks the points. So as you're spinning the mag, this little ramp here, that little fiber deal breaks the points, which are right here. So you can see the points closed and then they open. So what happens is this fit here wears out, changes your points gap. On top of that, the points are spinning, you know? So you're running 5,000 RPMs, your points are rotating around 2,500 times a minute. So with this setup, much more simple deal. It works like here, I gotta take this back off so you can see it. We may as well do it. Instead of all that complex setup over here on a ZEV mag, I think it really started in probably 1940 with the Edison mags where things got a lot easier and the whole concept. Edison split-Dorf mags, Harley used them in the Indian used them, you know, probably even earlier than that. But Harley started using them on the racers in 1940. Then they go to the Wycos. And what's going on here is this is very much like a distributor. It plugs right where the distributor goes on a standard XL model. And you've got your Magneto shaft here with two lobes. You got a short lobe and a wide lobe. That spins and it opens your points right here, just like a distributor does. On top of that, instead of having the condenser and the coil all wound into the very core of the Magneto, it's all replaceable stuff. So at any point, we can replace a condenser, boom, 2 minutes. Replace a coil, super easy. We've got those parts upstairs in case we need to. out of the old racing stuff, but much simpler Magneto, much easier to rebuild. And I gotta be honest, we don't deal with them that often here because most everything we work on is quite a bit later. So aside from that 72 Super Glide, this is the latest bike I've worked on in like 5 years, 6 years. So, you know, it's funny, we tend to focus on the earlier stuff here. But like I said, you know, when you get such an awesome story of a motorcycle family that collected all this stuff over the years, Pop's got this bike for his son, rode the thing often, and then one day put it up and it didn't move until we rolled it into the trailer. Bakelite deal there. Now, if I remember right, we're looking here. And I've got actually new boots for these also. These boots are all cracked. So, let's see what we got. Spark. Ready? Yep. No spark there. So let's flip that off and see if we got spark. Oh yeah, I see it. Bingo. Okay.
There you go.
So on and off backwards. We'll remember this.
Yes.
All right, so this cap's kind of cracked and glued back together way out here on the corner. Doesn't appear anywhere close to the pickups, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't make much of a difference. How much oil you putting in there?
I've just got the plug pulled out so I can fill up till it comes out.
Beautiful.
And then it's supposed to be 3 quarts in this tank.
Okay, yeah. 3 quarts. We'll start with, say, 2, because we're likely gonna wanna change the oil anyway, so we'll run a little bit through. And okay, ready? You got a plug, Andy?
Yep.
Oh yeah, nice.
Where did the plug go? Oh, I put it back on the table.
Check her out and see if she works. Oh yeah, that's actually better. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, it's a little weaker on the front than it is the back. That's probably because of all this freaking electrical tape on the plug wires. So I guess as long as we keep them away from the metal, we should be okay. I'll tell you what, man. Let's go ahead and try this, Chris.
Change those out.
I don't know for certain. This is radio resistance, this wire. So let's go ahead and see how
it works.
I don't know like that. Yeah, that's better even. So
You want to?
wow.
That was the front side.
That was the front. Yeah, we can leave the rear. Man, and I kind of want to just go for an all new. We really should change the plug wires altogether. Let me see if I've got. Oh wait, those might be sifting. Dude, what does it say on those plugs, Chris? Or on the wires?
7mm suppressor cable, patent pending.
Wow, great. Here's 7 millimeter suppressor cable. It's been cut, so maybe we'll just replace the one. So, slide the boot up. That boot's actually not too bad. This is the boot I don't like.
Okay, we're filled up.
Filled up with
primary
oil?
and trans, yep.
Oil in the trans. Let's go ahead and, Chris, if you want to put some down in the oil tank, maybe 2 quarts in the oil tank. Here's one. 1 quart for the oil tank.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a pick and pop that. I'm doing this because I'm worried about our other plug wire. Let's go ahead. Make enough room for the next wire. Through to you. Yep. This ought to give us satisfactory results. Okay, is it too long right now?
Yeah, you can take some back. I'm at where the plug would be, right about there.
Okay, now we want to keep this off of the cylinders.
Yeah, because that gives it a loop.
You like that?
Yeah, because that gives it a loop and keeps it away from...
Okay, so then we'll come to here, raise the blade and cut some back. All right, I'll take it. Okay, looking for the next. So we got one good, fresh, brand new plug wire and our other kind of best available plug wire. Down so it seals. Okay. You got a plug in it? Ready?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Spark. Beautiful. Chris, you can do oil, plugs, plug wires.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and replace this boot so we don't get an arcing issue.
Yep.
I'm worried about it. I feel like it's going to
Cause
us a problem. So if you can put the plugs, or you can put the front plug back, the front plug back in.
Okay.
Rear plug, they're making spark, and let's go from there. Oh, how many times can you poke yourself? We might even shorten this one. These are like little fiber optic suppressor plug wires. Is that what they are, Steve? Mr. Electrician. That's what we were doing, was replacing the boot.
When you consider the importance of replacing spark plug boots, the proper thing to remember is that what you may have learned previously about the conceptualization of what it could be may not be exactly what it always is when it comes down to the pragmatics of doing it.
Knew it. Knew it. He knew it.
So now, does the left-hand grip adjust? Can you adjust?
No, it used to.
It used to, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's check this. Check our spark. All right, ready? Oh, yeah, we got it.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Keep. Okay.
We almost there. One zenith away.
It's actually Bendix Zenith.
Yeah.
Covered. Okay. So I do believe, from an ignition standpoint,
We're set to go.
we're set to go. Okay, let's do a little cleanup, Chris, if you would, for
Now
me.
get-
Oil, tools, etc. Okay. We're gonna have a tough time with a gasket. That's what I'm a little bit. Okay, so here we go, trying to make the best out of the worst. Take this all over to our carburetor table where, I didn't drop that in the ultrasonic either. Should have. That's our pumper. Okay. So, yeah, that's the Dash 72. This is the one we know worked on the shovel head, but it was running lean. It came out of the same stuff. What we have, I'll be honest, I'm gonna go ahead and use, this is what Ken was talking about. The adjustable main jet, where this one is not adjustable. Ken was saying he runs an adjustable main jet. So that's what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna start with this thing screwed pretty far in. Spring, puck, choke plate. Yep, that works fine. Idle screw. Clear. Here's a new pumper. So that's gonna close like a so. All right, this throttle plate installation almost complete. That throttle plate is way in there. It's not like a linker. That thing sits right on the outside of the body. So the question is it open? Put your finger over that hole right there. You see it? Do you feel it? Definitely not. Okay. So, torch over here. All right, so plugs are back in.
Yep, plugs in, oil's in.
Plugs in, oil's in. Waiting on the schmo to finish the carburetor. If you see green smoke, don't breathe it in. That's open. So there's that. Next, new. That's gonna be our problem. We used that new gasket.
On the other one.
See, that's an original gasket, which will work. Do I have any other Bendix rebuild stuff? Probably not. Let me go ahead and finish this rebuild. This is very similar. Wow, these are two completely different jets. Although I would have sworn I had another O-ring. Next, does our rubber tip needle. Wait a minute. Oh, no. That was the... Yeah, these are shot. I'm gonna go upstairs and try and find another Bendix. Maybe, Chris, if you wanna look
around
down
there.
here.
Yep.
You know, maybe in there.
Okay.
Even if we find one, it's probably gonna be an old one.
Wait.
Rebuild kit? Very good. Wow, first box.
Yep.
You can stay.
I saw the float bolt.
So, all the same stuff. We'll use the same spring.
Oh, here's a brand. There's a brand. How new the unit.
Oh, I'll take that. I'll take the whole deal. Nice. Christopher, well done.
Well, this is the thing to remember because here's another boot in here too. So
Okay,
Just in case.
here's your boot. Yep. Pair of boots. Yep, and that's designed to stay there. Bang, bang, bang.
there is another float bowl in here too. If you wanted to.
What do we got there? See, this looks like a. This one doesn't. Oh, yeah. No, that one's still actuating. To me, man, this looks new. Let's keep that. We'll save that. Man, we're about to have this carburetor on the run. Okay. Well, there wasn't a gasket in there, was there?
Yeah.
There is? See, that's the thing, is we know where all the linkered parts are, but the Bendix parts, no, that's not the same. Tillotson carb, which we hope to never use. You know what's gonna hold us up?
What's that?
Which somebody commented on, was the fact we don't have any rubber hose for a fuel line. Then bring that down when we...
1/4 inch hose.
Excellent. And with the tank off too, Chris, I'm kind of wondering if we should replace the O-rings. Carburetor's rebuilt. Ratchet, 9/16 here. I think here we were 1.5 out, lightly seated, 1/2, 1.5, adjustable main jet, all the way in, 1/2, 1/2, 2 to start. Now that we have a rebuilt carburetor, I had, the O-rings were here, but I don't know if these are FLH also, or FLH or just Sportster. They appear like they'd be Sportster, so I think we're gonna pull these out, Chris.
And
And a gasket, nice. Loosen these up. They're always gonna leak. There's no point in putting it all back together. The O-rings on the manifold, see a knucklehead, early panhead, all the flathead stuff is plumber nut with a brass seal. Yep. They're actually not dry rotted at all. These are in really good shape. How could they be? How could they be in that good a shape? Yeah, that never happens. Okay, I will kick myself if they leak.
Yeah, you might as well.
I might as well. I'll kick myself if they leak. Okay. Okay. So Nice. I like those bands very much. Okay, new intake seals. Almost check. Carburetor rebuild. Check.
Check.
Drain the fluids. Replenish the oil and the transmission in the primary. Check. Spark out of that Fairbanks Morris Magneto. Did it. Complete. About at the point of hooking back up throttle and choke controls. We're not checking timing. We're not doing any of that. The Magneto hasn't moved. We've got adjustment on the fly if we need to. Yeah, I'm glad we did that. Fresh rubber seals. It would have been silly to leave those.
Is this the era of Sportsters that are notorious for you go to kick and there's nothing there and you kick through?
That's every Sportster, Chris. That's why they call it Sportster knee. So this one seems really positive when you kick it, but it's one of those things, man. You don't know until you're rolling around on the ground saying, oh, my knee, my knee, my knee. Really, best thing you can do with a Sportster is park on a hill. Okay, so the bracket, this bracket here, I can't tell if that broke or if that's just part of the...
Because the cable wasn't sitting down.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was worried about, and that's the choke cable. Throttle cable here, underneath. For some reason, doesn't want to go in like the choke cable does. I think I may end up, I'm gonna drill that out. I don't know why. If this is an aftermarket cable, that's why. So the cable's slightly too large. How about those calipers right there, right on the edge? I don't see what size this is. 200 thousandths, 190 thousandths, 190. Let's go pop this in. Okay, yeah, bring that drill over. Looking for 190. Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, much better. I like that. And then if I remember right, I don't know if that other bolt is down on your side, Chris. Oh, I see it. There it is.
Yep.
Does it have a lock washer on it? Yes. No. Oh, no lock washer because it's on the Bakelite. You got the ratchet with the 1/2 inch extension on it. 1/2 inch is over there. Here, hand me that carb.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and deal with the choke cable. Adjust it in a bit. Choke cable. Oh, never mind. That back off. This goes through the Bakelite. And then I just bunged up the gasket. Dang it. I hope that that's the right. All right, gasket was a little brittle. It's a good thing that I wanted to replace it. Feel okay or look okay?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and pop this slightly frayed throttle cable through without fraying it anymore. Were you top or bottom?
I'm on the bottom.
Okay. Just get it started. Okay, come up top there. Up top, actually, we had to do with a wrench on this side. This, if I remember right, hung right there.
You may go ahead and tighten more up on the bottom one
go
here.
ahead, tighten the bottom one up.
Okay.
That looks good. Okay. Okay. Push. Yeah, a little coil on the spring, coil on the cable. Got it. Okay. Go ahead and slide the tank on there, Chris. We'll go 1, 2, 3, back. Yeah, you're way back here. Yep. Okay. There you are. I don't know if we had a washer on there, as short as that is. But so there's that, and then
Now we got to figure out how all these spacers work.
Sure. Yeah, I think you probably had. It looks like 1 and 1. I actually hand me the little bit thinner one than this. Thank you. Beautiful. All right. So with this one, we're gonna come back around underneath. Cutter there. I think we're ready to run. What we don't have is a seat, but I want to get it running before we start worrying about where we're gonna sit. Okay, you want me to hold that half inch on this side? Go ahead. Yeah. Great. Awesome. Other side. Great. Awesome. Okay. Shall we?
We'll get the horn over here. I think that's the last thing we got.
Okay. Now we're gonna hope the petcock doesn't leak also because it's been out of service for some time. But we're ready. We ready to fire this bad boy up. We haven't even dusted this thing off yet. Okay. We have gas?
Yeah, right there.
Got gas. We got the gas, man. Okay. If any of you guys got any ideas on how many kicks, weigh in the comments. Chris, you got guesses?
We'll say, if you prime it with the accelerator pump on these, I'm gonna say 2 kicks.
Confident.
We got we got spark, we got compression, we got everything you're supposed to have.
I was kind of like in the 31 kicks.
Ken's not here, somebody's got to be there.
I was in the 31 kicks range, so I'm glad you're confident, Chris. Did anybody remember? Holy cow, look at that spider. Did anybody remember how many turns in and out on our high-speed and low-speed needles?
I don't remember.
Okay. What I didn't do is check the petcock. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Oh, no. It's weeping. It's the gasket. Okay, anyway, I think all right, let's choke it. Pull that choke out there. All right. Oh, God, she's got compression, huh? Do we have fuel yet? No gas. I'm thinking we're not making it down yet. Let's check and see. No gas yet. The float's also not leaking, so that's good. Oh, that's too bad. That's an O-ring and I'm gonna pull this off and gas is gonna go everywhere. Wait, okay. There we go. Now the float's leaking. Oh, come on. Come on. Stop. 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 Get here and blow that thing off. Fuel is on. It looked like the float might have just had a little hang up there. Pumper works. Oh yeah. We're a little bit weepy around the pumper, but we have gas. Sweet, this is my favorite part. Let's take it outside to start it.
Yeah.
In case we got to use a freaking fire extinguisher,
Yep.
man.
Sounds good.
Because our petcock doesn't work, it just leaks. If this thing catches on fire, too, I'll be done with Sportsters forever. Every Sportster we have, it's getting sold. Go, Chris, let's do it.
You got it?
Yep. Okay. All right, here we go. 1 pump, 2 pumps.
Hey.
Oh, Chris! You might be right.
I'll put my foot there behind it.
All right. Let's open that idle slot a little bit more. One pump. Here we go. That sounds like a fire. Come on. Come on. Couple more. It may not be 31. It may not be 31 cakes. After all. Air cleaner, seat. We need to fix that float bowl.
Yep.
This thing is just begging to catch on fire the way that it is now. Horn, which would be really interesting. We need to chase the kill switch, but all in all, guys, made pretty quick work of that. Iowa picked right from the cornfields of America's heartland, where it all started, the banks of the Mississippi, back to life, 69 XLCH. Make sure you tune in next time. Check out either one of these two videos. Guys, we got more coming at you. Thanks for tuning in. Wheels Through Time, Sportster Nation.